Hello there, Capricorn. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for August of 2017 for Capricorn. And I got to tell you, this year's flying, isn't it, Capricorn? Last year was so slow. Anyhow, I have a couple announcements to make before I start your reading. And the first one is I've made a basic prayer class, and it's about praying prayers for manifestation, prayers to raise vibratory patterns for mediumship and psychic work. And I thought that perhaps by doing this, I'd be able to help those of us that are just starting out into this kind of work, or those of us that are doing manifesting work or want to develop our own skills, and for those of like to go forward a little quicker, and for those of us that have been doing this work for years and years, it'll take us back to the beginning when we first started, because it becomes our first nature, second nature, whatever you want to say about it after you do it for so long. And how do we help others on their path if we can't remember where we started? So it should be available, I'm hoping, in about a month to 6 weeks. Hopefully I'll know before we put out the next set of readings. And the other thing is, I have a message from Spirit they gave me on July the 15th. It was a few days ago. And they told me that the message was for all of us. And it has to do with the eclipses. And y'all know I am definitely not an astrologer. So it's August 7th, we have an eclipse. I think it's starting now. This is around the 20th or so. But I think this patterning starts in July. But August 7th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius at 1:11 Eastern Standard Time p.m. And I thought that was just so cool, because I always think of the portals into spirit with the two ones, and that other one can light the way through. So it's going to be interesting. We have another one on the 21st, a new moon solar eclipse in Leo at 1:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, they gave the message and they said to say it for all of us, so I wrote it down. I remember messages 3.5 seconds, Capricorn. I have a very strong feeling that we all should really pay attention to our finances and be really extra careful in situations where someone else could have control of your money. Now, that they meant like retirement funds, accounts where someone else is handling your funds. So I'm assuming investment funds, things like that. Um, Either it was going to be mismanaged money, or maybe our investments aren't being put in the place where we thought they were going to be. The more I got to thinking about it, we all have money in credit union, in the bank, in wherever we put it. If we have 2 cents, it usually is going through one of those. So it could be cause a lot of mistakes. And the other thing that flashed in my mind while they were saying it, maybe some of us have our children or someone else on a bank account with us to watch those accounts, so that we pay attention and make sure there's no errors being made. Now, this eclipse is going to cross the U.S. and no other nation, and although I do believe it affects the UK in some manner, I believe, and that was something I heard someone saying, that it affected the UK partially. I believe and feel this is going to affect people's emotions in a very extreme way, and a lot of us can or will feel discombobulated. That's the actual word they said to me, or disordered in some manner. Have you ever felt angry for no discernible or justifiable reason? Or maybe you're really angry, and that anger is justified, but you even shocked yourself at how strongly you reacted. This is the feeling that Spirit wanted us to understand. It has something to do with going on, whatever's going on. They said it was a wonderful time for dynamic change, even with this undercurrent. I was given the feeling the best thing we can all do is understand the words we speak and the thoughts we hold in our minds will carry a great deal of weight at this time. So remember when we're communicating how powerful it'll be and how much strength those words will carry. So choose them very carefully, and our impact will be great and for the good of all. And they asked us to take a deep breath and a pause before we speak so that we may always use our words in a peaceful manner. And I think that's probably good advice all the time. Well, Capricorn, what I've done for us for the month is I've laid 4 cards. Use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I'm an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. We are all Capricorns named Frankie right now for the time of this reading. The other thing is watch your moon and rising sign because you'll get a lot more information to give you a more comprehensive view. These are just general readings, and I don't think these cards will go week by week. I don't believe that's the way it works for me. That's the honest to God truth. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I looked it up, and the astrology is going to be in our 8th house for this month, and that's tax and estate matters like inheritances, anything that has to do with estate stuff. And yeah, inheritance as it was sex, it's endings, it's mutual profit and gain, marital funds, and like partnership funds and expenses, all accounts and secret dealings. We're in that 8th house. I go look at Varouche. She does astrology with the cards. You spell it Beroosh, and the astrology, she simplifies it, and I can understand it. I'm kind of learning a little bit, which is really shocking. Well, we have a couple words here, and they are humor, the intention, discernment. I think one of the other signs got that too for this month. Willingness and courage. And our first, and it shows that courage obviously is coming up in here anyhow. And I think we're going to do a lot of expanding if we do this right, Capricorn. Really. Our first card here is the 9 of Wands. It's rods in this deck, but I was like, wow, what do we get? Usually, in my old deck of cards, this guy's standing there with a 1 rod in his hand or wand in his hand and a bandage on his head because he's came through it. So this is the card of having courage kind of under fire, you know. You took them all down because your skill, your determined effort is what brought us through the day. Our intention, really clearly our intention. So I don't know, these are going to come down in different areas. This could be happening in your relationships. It could be happening in our careers, you know. This battles could be happening in, you know, marriage partnerships. This is 8th house issue, money, finances. But this is if you're still under any kind of stress. Our skill and our determined will and effort will win out in the end. So that to me is that word intention and that willingness to just push through, right? Notice this got 9s are completion, right? The end, job well done. We finished it. It might have been tough, but we made it through. And we were determined, we were courageous, we made it through. And notice he has his helmet on this time. No bandages and blood for this dude. So I guess he smartened up from one deck to the other. Look at what you can learn. Because our next card is the Devil card. Well, Capricorn, we've just come up in our own reading, so we could look at it like that. Capricorn, this can be Capricorn people in our life. It can be a lot of things, but no, the devil's not coming to get us, and I think this has a lot to do. 2 of these cards here, actually 3 altogether, and maybe 4, have a lot to do with this Devil card. because this can be when we feel very strongly. Maybe there's someone else that's like an obstacle in our way, right? Something in our way, we feel like our options are being limited when we get this devil card. So what I'm going to say, remember we have expansiveness, and remember we have intention. And the truth of the matter is, Capricorn, no matter what happens to us, there are always spiritual choices we can make. And this is about the material plane, right? Sometimes this can be, we're so centered on the material plane that we forget there are spiritual choices. But the truth of it is, we all need secure, stable, material plane foundation in order to grow and expand and be ourselves, keeping our sense of humor. You know, we're very hard on ourselves or harsh on ourselves. This card also can mean drug, sex, and rock and roll, and the 8th house is sex, so, you know, could be some of us are out having a really good time, you know, or someone is really in trouble with drug, sex, and rock and roll that's around us during this month. Like I said, we're all different Capricorns. With this card, though, remember there are always other choices. So if this is someone else in our life, you know, maybe we'd like to help them make the spiritual choice or make a better choice for themselves. If this is us and we're partying too hardy, time to stop. The other thing is, this devil has a pentacle on his head. That's money. That's material plane things. Maybe we were fighting our way to the, you know, through work or whatever, or trying to get an endeavor off the ground. Some of us, you know, made that expansiveness and that willingness to go through it no matter what. We did it, and this could be the end result, because everything works both ways in these general readings. But I really feel like we're showing up in our own reading, and that's what's showing us that strength. So be sure with this card, Capricorn, be sure to be extra discreet. Remember, this is also about accounts and secret dealings, right? So pay attention to what you have on hand, material plane things. Pay attention to it. Be extra discreet. Don't be speaking about our finances or things that we're going to push forward. If this has to do with work and we finally made it through the job, you know, maybe it's time we are going to get this pentacle, an increase or whatever, you know. We just don't want to make those mistakes. So remember what Spirit told us in the beginning about take a deep breath before we speak, and always speak in a peaceful manner. This devil card here, you know, can make our words come out way more blunt than what they should have, or it can also cause us to experience that extreme in emotion, and that's something we don't want to do. So don't. That's what they're saying. It's going to benefit us because we have a lot of really good cards. Remember, we have that courage word too, and this card means somebody with courage and skill, determined effort, stood up for themselves, okay? But how I stand up for myself, whether I'm being assertive or aggressive, there's different choices here. And I think they're telling us to use our discernment and our intention to make the appropriate choice, because the next card we have is the High Priestess, and that is like excellent card. That's the card that tells us our intuition is on. So when you set that intention, take the time aside and go within, because this card shows us that our discernment, our intuition, our psychic ability is very heightened this month, right? So use it for your benefit, is what they're saying. Use it for your benefit. If you have to take a little time and get away from the TV, the phone, whatever, prayer, meditation, however you do it, we're all individuals. Take that time and go within and say, does this feel right to me? Does what I'm doing feel right to me? Is it going to benefit all of us? Maybe perhaps, this devil card could be, because this is marital funds and expenses, accounts, secret dealings, with this devil card thrown in here, and the message from Spirit about watching our funds, paying attention to our funds. They're making my hair go up on end. So it must be very important. Make sure that the checkbook is in both of your hands. I don't know what that's going to mean, but with this card, if your intuition's telling you something's fishy, I shouldn't be as broke as what I'm feeling this month, and I should have had enough money saved to do this or that, take this High Priestess, sit down, weigh it. Like I said, it's going to come up different areas of each one of our lives. Keep your sense of humor about it. But this is about our expansiveness, our willingness to move forward even with competition. So here is our next card is the Five of Wands. And actually these are excellent cards. This is competition maybe in the global economy. Some people call this fake battles, but I don't feel that, not with the Devil card and the High Priestess and this nine of rods here. This might be a legitimate, fight going on. This can be the new guy in the neighborhood, right? That's gonna make me really have to do a heads up on my job and work twice as hard to get the money that I got before. It could be something like that because of having both of these Wands cards here and our words, courage and stuff. This could be a battle because it's 8th house stuff, maybe over estates, maybe it's friends, brothers and sisters, or in-laws fighting it out because of it being in the 8th house issue, that deal. But remember, if this card is used appropriately, and if I do my work, and they say I've done it, this 9 of Wands here says I've done it. If I do my work, I come through this with shining colors because I have the High Priestess. So it's kind of like, well, that's the end of story. So if someone owes you money, Capricorn, get it. If you owe it, give it. They work both ways, and don't disclose the secrets ahead of time. See, end result is excellent. Look at what we get. We get the Ace of Cups. This is fresh new starts, fresh new beginnings, everything coming together for us. This can be birth of a child, actually. Maybe whatever was going on here in between here can mean the birth of a child. It can be a new emotional relationship, like a new boyfriend, girlfriend. Maybe you're fighting the other guy off or the other girl off in order to get what you want, Capricorn. And they said, you did it. Well, job well done. End result is you get the prize, thinking about it like that. If it is the birth of a child, right? You know what to do if you aren't ready for that yet, but it can be. But it can be a birth of a creative idea or a way forward, a new fresh perspective on something, right? So have the willingness and the intention to look at all the options and discern what's right, because we're going to win the battle with that 5 there, that 5 of Wands. We know we have the skills and the effort to do it, or the determined effort to do it. We've completed our task, and result is we get that which we want. And if we think about it, we get it really well because there's still a pentacle here. But they're telling us, kind of telling us, like not to disclose things at the wrong time, not to only think about just the material realm, and if there's opposition, which they tell us there will be, we feel like our options are getting limited with that devil card and with that 5 of rods there. Remember, there's always spiritual choices, and they gave us the high priestess. And we've done the work, we've done it well, whether it's in a relationship or it's in a career, because those are strong influences when you're doing general readings. You had the courage, you stepped up to the plate. The Ace of Cups is what we get. The Ace of Cups is what we get. So, conserve the bucks, Capricorn. Get on the stick and finish the job. It looks like it's going to be a really excellent month for us. So, if you got bucks right now, maybe you want to get in and look at them and start reorganizing them, prioritizing them. That's the word they're saying. I bet this does have to do with career a lot, really, Capricorn. Look at what we got. The card Entrepreneur. But still, to me, our entrepreneur can mean a fresh new relationship. Maybe some of us just got out of a really hectic one with this devil card here that we were fighting to the last ends with, Maybe we're still battling it out, but they're saying if we owe it, pay it, right? If we're due it, ask for it. That's what, something along those lines they said. It says self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. Our high priestess there. We are your co-workers and your teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. It's kind of hard to read in this light. She's at the fire starter. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. I think the word entrepreneur, though, means like a fresh beginning for all of us Capricorns. If that's what we're choosing for this month, just set the intention, keep your sense of humor, and use your discernment. Be willing to look at the other options, spiritual options, because, we may have to have a home to live in, like that devil card. We all need to have a stable place to grow from, right? But perhaps there's other options coming to us. Have the courage, Capricorn, to look them over. Look them over and see what's out there and what is, maybe there's something way better right now, Wait, if I can find it here. Well, perhaps not. The rate this is going, my book's stuck together. It says this card comes to you because you're well suited for self-employment, and actually Capricorn would be. We're like the hardest workers in the entire world. You have the ideas, the drive, and the self-discipline required for entrepreneurial work, yet self-doubts make you hesitate. The angels reassure you that you have what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur. They'll guide you and support you along the way as long as you follow through on this action. Success is assured. And I believe we have followed through, because this is the 9, completion. Your ideas and business are sound, for a business are sound. Ease out of your present job by moonlighting with your desired business idea. Take action as you're guided with respect to your career and fully commit to succeeding in your new business, your new endeavor. Whatever this Ace of Cups means to us, Capricorn, or means to you, if you concentrate your intention and use your discernment and use that gift of the high priestess and the hard work, you're going to get it. So that to me is excellent Might be a few battles here or there in between. Get a band-aid, patch yourself up, and get on with it. Because remember what this dude looks like with his little bandage on his head in my old deck. He's smart now, and he wears his helmet. Well, Capricorn, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all, thank you for all of your likes and shares and subscribes and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I enjoy them all. I really do. I don't get a lot of time to write back, but I enjoy all of them and read everyone. And for anybody who wants to know more about me, it's down here below at the website. You can go neb all you want, and for those of you that want to set an appointment with me, all the information is there on the website for you to do that. And for everybody I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through 28 years of doing readings, I want to tell all of you, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. And hopefully I'll see you here next month, Capricorn. Bye-bye.